is working here. I'm proud. But today, I'm going to show you, or we're going to work together on making some music out of this box. Uh, One of the first things is you see this hardware. I don't know if you've ever dealt with this. I'm pretty sure if you're following me, you're one of a lot of dreamers that want to come up with something crazy. I do a lot of that. I fucked around, I conned around a bit. Pretty much had invested in this keyboard. It was one I really wanted. And I don't know if any of you have experienced this, but a lot of times you get this shit just doesn't work out. But got some good news today. Dr. Tyler here, in charge of queuing this 88 releases here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what we can do. Now, there's a few little things down there. As a complete layman or laywoman or whatever you identify yourself as, it's going to be a little intimidating at first because it's pretty technical. What we're using here is a Windows operating system. I believe we're using Windows 7 operating system. And of course we have the Q88. And we're going to go through something that I've wanted to do for a while. I finally reached an ebb in isolation, and now we have the capabilities to teach you, and you can dig in with me on how we run this keyboard and how you can make some fat beats and make some fat stacks if you're into that type of stuff. So I guess one of the first things I'm going to do is get you over here. If you're still on, like I said, we're on low bandwidth, which is good. But it's so far the streaming has been acceptable. Fashion. Give me 1 second to orient this. Still here. Still intact. We're still intact, thank goodness. Sometimes people are afraid to dip in the pool when they So basically, like I was saying, a lot of people may be afraid to dip their little toes in the pool. I know I have been for a considerable time, and what we're going to do now is this. I don't know how this can help you before you do it, but turn it on, and now look down here, stand fast, installing driver software. The device is ready to use. We're going to go ahead and close this network port. And we're going to go ahead and I don't know if you're able to see this. The orientation is locked, but you're going to have to deal with it right now if you want to get this view. We're going to hardware and sound. We're going to view devices and printer under the control panel. And there we see Elisa's Q88 under unspecified. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start by pressing the fucking key. Do you hear anything? Look at this button. Obviously, if you're coming from a layman, just a nobody, you ain't gotta steal one of these. Well, it's a good product. Rip it off the shelves or steal it out of the house. We're gonna go ahead and what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug this thing in to a speaker. See this wire here? And we'll take on faith. I don't know if you can see what we've got rigged up here, but take on faith that we do have an auxiliary cord. And it doesn't appear that there is a thing. So what we're going to do is we are going to plug this into the singing box. then we're going to take this box over here and we're going to go like this. You see what I'm doing? Okay, so essentially what's happened is we've plugged in this cable here. It's USB cable connected in the volume. We're going to go ahead and we're going to initiate a test volume, okay? Who's with me? Ready to do test volume? We ring the bell. See the bell rings? Good deal. Good deal. Now, we're dealing with something right here where we're going to have to do this. You see where we're at? No jam, no nothing. So pretty much, I guess, what you're going to need here is, I'm venturing to say, you're going to need some type of a sound palette. And to do that, you're going to need some type of a program that can deliver this kind of fucking sound. So we're in a very limited space, and what I guess we're going to do is we're going to utilize a program. Forgive me. I'm trying to get my view straight for you. Nobody wants to you might have. All right, now there we go. So pretty much what we're going to do now is we're going to click on this program here. It's called Audacity. In theory, it should be able to pick up the sound of this off the shelf, you'd think. So it looks like we're going to need a track on here. So we've created a track. but still it seems like there's no music. You know, I'm gonna tell you something, and I hope if you learn one fucking thing from it, this. You know, you give a man a keys to a 747. If you don't learn how to fly the thing, it's fucking useless. So, I guess, are we gonna work on this together? I guess so. Like I said, it's hopefully there'll be some loot in. You can buy one of these. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to oasis.com, but we don't have any internet. So what are we gonna do? I told y'all fuckers I'll be back for electric lab. I'm gonna show you a cool way to do it. Alright. Well, the YouTube people did a good job here. You know, they're dealing with a lot of weird stuff. So here we are. We've connected here. Via Wi-Fi hotspot. Now, of course, the data that I'm using may appear to be slow. After the 8 gigs, you get a reduced speed. But it's not unbearable. It's a blessing to have it. It's supposed to be rated up to 128 kilobytes per second. And I tell you what, 128 kilobytes per second is enough. And it's a grateful thing. It's I believe it's one of the best plans out right now. I've been with them for a while, and it's a pretty good plan. So here we are at the Alesis website. Maybe they have something. And I'm going to go ahead and talk to you if you want to see the horse's mouth. The horse's mouth. You know, straight from the horse's mouth. Pretty much, you have hardware and you have software. Your hardware is your, you know, equipment, physical systems, and your software is your, you know, voodoo magic type bullshit. And, you know, you kind of need the both of them to work. And that's what we're going to work through today. Like I said, we're about 20 minutes in. Don't forget to click subscribe below. Don't forget to subscribe. Alright. So, the products here. We're looking for the digital pianos. And know, like I said, it could be dangerous to have these. You hope not. If people want to get your shit, and I said, always be on the lookout. You know. Most of them, they get worried someone's gonna steal their shit, and they hole up. And all right, so I guess what we're gonna we're gonna go support. We need drivers. Is there not drivers? Is what we're gonna be looking for. Is what I suspect. But this is the path we're taking. Okay. We've got to figure out where to get the drivers. And like I said, I could be completely wrong. I probably want to go check out this knowledge base or whatever. Like you said, I've got about 60 minutes of time I can spend with you, maybe 40 minutes of time. It's still loading. You got to understand it's not super slow wireless, but the data, as you can see, is trickling in pretty slow. So this may be sporadic. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're fixing to do a search for we're gonna look for the driver. And you see there's a lot of other videos out here apparently. But I'm proud that you're working with me. Like I said, you keep working with me and I'll show you some other shit. Alright. So we've got that right here back to the website. Oh yeah, it's loading a little bit. So here it is. They have a lot of information on it here. Supposedly there's this app that can teach you to play, and it's got some pretty wicked features. Like I said, this is if you use the Ableton or the Sound Forge. I know a lot of people use the Fruity Loops. I use the Garage Band used to do it. I experimented for a little bit. My computer broke, and it cost money to maintain that shit and drive. All right, so this is a user guide we've got. Apparently, it's already installed itself. So basically, what you're using right now, for those of you who don't know, well, we're doing this. I'm gonna give you a little bit of education. Uh, this here object is running through, is parsing data. The phone I'm speaking to you on, the vocal cords that I'm using, the sound vibration waves that are coming out of my body, inside of my mind. We're not even going there yet. Is transducing. Now you go look up the transducer. Is what it's called. Is it takes uh, the waves from one kind and it converts them to another kind, an electric signal. The electric signal is broadcasting through my A6 chip, broadcasting through the 4G LTE network, broadcasting through the airwaves, going into the YouTube ingest server. We also have two different splits here. Your personal hotspot and your wireless internet. And they're splitting. So it's one of these type things where I highly suggest you get your IT game up. If you're not getting your game up, I don't know. It's not bad. I mean, it's not in my best interest to say, and I hope you'll come back for me. I think you'll come back for me. And like I said, we're still waiting. I don't really like doing this too much. It's just the kid in me. I feel like the punks out there, the bastards, the peons, which we may get cut a little short. We're down here, like I said, we'll do about 30 minutes. I mean, they want to see this shit used. They want to use this shit, and I'm going to help them use it, man. I mean, I like using it. I've tried to use it, but here we go. All right, this is what you have, is this black book here. And you kind of slide down through, and a lot of this stuff, I don't know about you, but I mean, this is kind of foreign to me. A lot of you high schoolers hopefully or music majors or something, you can figure out what that is. These Rolodexes right here that come in, and you got your sustaining and your expressions, and whatever this is, I don't know. I think that's what you use to make the hip hop. People who do the hip hop shit, that's the hip hop. This is the plug-in. This never even came. I don't have the plug-in. We're doing this. So you and I are doing this. So we're powering it with the USB. It doesn't require a lot of power. I mean, or you could have an external, but it's running right now as far as the USB control. So we're making sure that it's powered on. I guess as far as start, we want to check the on off switch. Make sure it's set to off. Connect the USB to free port on the computer. Use the rear hub port on the computer for better performance. If you're using a USB hub, make sure it is a powered hub. Connect the other end of the USB cable to the USB port. Turn Q88 power switch on. The USB cable not only powers Q88, but also sends MIDI data to and from the computer. So this is an overview of the ports. There's only 6 ports. "88 keys. Alright, so there's channels. You can select channels 1 through 16 over which Q88 transmits MIDI messages. You can also use a DAW. There's octave, transpose, and program. Your wheel you can use as assigning things. Your slider you can assign things. Now again, I'm not able to really, we see this type of thing, but there's not really a screen on it. So you kind of got to know what you're doing. I mean, this is one of those things. This is the difference. I'm going to tell you something. The only difference between a pipe dream and the pipe is, going all the way through it. You got to go all the way through it. And when we're dealing with it like this, it's going in here to transposition. Semitones. I don't know what semitones are. They are a half step. Music majors know more about this. I don't know about music. I just kind of play it from the soul. We're just trying to make this thing dance and boogie. You know what I mean? So Ableton is an app. It appears like you're going to need something called Ableton. Now Ableton is, I think it's pretty expensive. Or you need a Mac. No? Mac or computer. We're going to look into Ableton. And I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to let you take a close look at these documents. And then I'm going to hit the road here. And I'm fixing to hit the road, and I will see y'all a bit later.